ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Winfield, Kansas for the fourth league game of the season for the Derby Panthers against the Winfield Vikings. Panthers coming off an impressive victory last week against Hutchinson, 45-6. What do you think we can look for tonight, Terry?
Well, this Winfield team is fired up. They haven't played some bad football, but they've taken some knocks, and of course they're looking at playing the number one team in the state, and that's usually helps a coach to get a team up when they're playing number one. And if you aren't prepared, they're the type of team that can sneak up and give you a pretty good ball game. They have a lot of size. They're not a small team by any means, but they don't have the quickness that Derby has. Scouting report, they have some good quickness in the backfield. The starting quarterback tonight did not play last week till late in the ball game. He was injured and so sat out most of the ball game, so we don't have a lot of information on him. The second team quarterback apparently doesn't have too bad an arm, average speed, and not a bad thrower. Look for them to probably do what everybody else has tried to do against Derby, and that's to stack a lot of people up and try to stunt and do anything they can to offset Derby's quickness and size. And that's about the only way you can take Derby on. You can't stand toe-to-toe because of the quickness and the skills that they have on the front line. So look for them to try some of the stuff we've seen in the past as far as 8 or 9 guys up on the defensive line.
Well, Terry, you're right. The Panthers are riding that number one ranking in the state overall and in 6A. They've had outstanding success both offensively and defensively. I know you've got some stats you'd like to share with us. A couple of things I think that stand out very impressively is Barry Galbraith's 64% completion rate, and Tyson Malik's averaging about 185 yards a game. Of course, he didn't play in the first game, but he had an excellent game up at Newton, and of course got off to a slow start last week, but put over 100 yards on the board in the second half. So a well-balanced attack, running and passing.
Well, they do have a very strong balanced attack, and that's the one thing that Derby can do. They can adjust and take whatever the defense is giving them, and when they drop down to 8 or 9 man up within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage, Derby has the ability to pass the ball and go the air, and we've seen that in the 3 games to date.
Panthers are going to kick off to start the game. They'll be defending the goal to the north. Winfield will be receiving to the south. Winfield has a rather a large line, probably a little bit larger than the Panthers, but they're probably run about 225, 230 across the front line. I know they've got one player on there, number 70, that's listed over 300 pounds, but I'm not sure he's going to see too much action tonight.
Well, the size doesn't help you if you don't have the quickness and the skills to go along with it. So look for Derby to use those quick hitters against a slow offense or slow defensive line that we expect to see tonight. Tonight that we haven't had real nice weather for a football game, other than being a little warm up here in the press box. It's windy out on the field.
Now you're right, just as you say that, Terry, the ball blows off the tee, so pretty stout wind out of the north. It's been blowing all day, a little rain earlier in the day, and I guess there's some forecasting for this evening yet. Awful dark to the north, the clouds moving in. Just about set to kick off. Chris DeVore's kick is a high driving kick. It's going to go into the end zone and out, and Chris continues to kick the ball very well, Terry.
He really does for a sophomore, and he does an excellent job, and that makes a big difference. That's one thing that Derby's always taken pride in is their specialty team, and versus getting up close to midfield to start their offense.
Vikings don't they come out without a huddle. Chad Hopkins, number 16, is the quarterback. J.T. Gans, number 44, is the fullback. And Chad Roberts, 21, is the tailback. Split a receiver wide right. .33 Gabe Satterfield now splits out to the left. Pitch back goes to number 44 again, and he stopped in the backfield for a loss. Excellent pursuit by the left side of the Panther line.
Just hold in.
Second and 12 for the Vikings. signals. Or Hopkins, I'm sorry. A little extra motion down there. There's going to be a penalty on the field. Procedure against the Vikings, so that'll move it back 5 more, bring up second and 17.
Just when you start putting people in motion and shifting and everything, and here we're facing a team that's 0-3 that probably needs to spend more time on fundamentals and less time on getting fancy, and you wonder sometimes what they're trying to do by shifting out, because it's obviously not going to confuse anybody.
Hopkins rolls out to the left. He's going to keep the ball, run downfield. Good pursuit by the Panthers. 2 or 3 white jerseys coming across. Going to stop him, just probably get a gain of about 6, 7 on the play. 12. Good pursuit that time by the right side of the Panther defensive line.
Almost had him in the backfield for a big loss. Winfield going with no huddle offense.
They do a lot of motion and shifting of players, as you say, Terry. Straight handoff to the fullback, breaks through the front of the line. 44 again before he stopped short of the 25-yard line. But Jared Foster was hurt, I believe, in the JV game, wasn't it? Almost got that punt. Tyson fields it over his shoulders, almost loses his feet, runs into one of his own men. Little miscue on blocking on that time, but Panthers will have the ball at the 35-yard line. Shelby Werman, 34 at fullback, and Tyson Malik, number 35, at tailback. Panthers going to slot left with Corey Gurley wide to the left. And we have the second penalty of the game. So Panthers have improved a lot over the last 3 games in the penalty department. Well, I believe it's going to be against Winfield.
I think the Winfield right defensive end moved into the neutral zone before the snap.
The Panthers. He goes wide left.
It was real wide.
Aaron Severin checks in the ball game. Next, he went so wide he's off the field. Another penalty, and we just came up to the line now. I'm not sure what that's going to be.
Well, I think Corey Gorley stepped into the neutral zone when he came to get lined up.
Well, then we'll move it back 5, and it'll be 1st and 10.
Outside line judge sets up on the ball, and the offensive man can set up based on where he's at.
Gurley goes wide left. Pitch back to Malik. The right side, he's going to be tripped up after a very short gain.
That Derby had that time, so they're giving up a little bit in the middle of the line to take away the pass to the flat and to the outside.
2 wide outs for the Panthers. Malik in the slot to the right. Galbraith drops back, keeps the ball. He's hitting the backfield. Awful missed blocking assignments on that, Terry. Tyler Malik checks into the wide out, goes wide left. Worley's wide right. Tyson Malik's in the slot to the right. Werman's the lone setback. Galbraith drops straight back, looks downfield, over the middle. Oh, just deflected at the last minute, but it did bounce off of Corey's chest. I don't think he anticipated it coming through that defender.
Well, it's real tough to make an adjustment. He only had a split second after the defender hit it, and that's a real tough catch in that situation. Fate. Look for Derby to take him deep.
It's probably the first time this year that we've seen the Panthers take their initial series and basically not gain a yard. High snap to Werman. He picks it up. It's an end-over-end kick, drives the Winfield receiver back inside his 25. He feels it, slips a couple tackles, still on his feet, across the 35 to about the 37-yard line.
With a successful defensive stand that they just had.
Hopkins again, the quarterback for Winfield. They've got a very weird, I guess that's a power eye set. the shift again. Back in motion to the right, pitch back to 44 again. He's hit right, about a yard deep in the backfield.
That's the third time they've ran that play, and that's the best that they've done with it, and he only lost a yard. Don't appear to have the speed to get outside against the Panthers.
2nd and 11. Motion. Hopkins keeps the ball, rolls left again. He's going to be brought down for a big loss. Excellent pursuit. That Riedel?
Big Josh Riedel on the tackle. He almost had the first sack in the first series. A play just like that with the quarterback faking the handoff and coming out basically on a bootleg out left, and that time Josh caught up with him.
About a 15-yard loss on the play is going to bring up 3rd and just about 25.
Looks like the inverted twin.
Again, a lot of motion, movement, players jumping around. You know, it just would seem, Terry, when you do that a lot, inadvertently, somebody's going to be moving on the offensive line or not set or gets up accidentally, and probably why we're seeing so many penalties here early in the game.
Well, you know, like we said earlier, that takes a lot of practice to get to that, and to me, you take away time from practicing fundamentals.
It's indicated that Winfield basically has run a different offense each game for their first 3 games. 3rd down and about 30. A long ways. 2 tight ends in for Winfield.
All it is block with the tailback.
At motion.
You got a flat room.
The draw play to the fullback Gam, and he gets about a yard, maybe 2. He's hit, brought down on right about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I coached back in the 70s, a long time ago.
That puck was blocked partially. Troy Glazer blocked the punt and picked up by the Panthers. I'm not sure who picked the ball up. Or was it rolling loose?
Well, it was rolling loose. I don't think anybody ever got possession of it.
Was it a touchback? What's the call on that, Coach?
Well, I'm not sure what to call it. I don't know that I've ever seen that. I don't know if Derby gets possession, if it comes out to the 20-yard line and Derby gets possession, or where they take it from.
Well, the punt was blocked. It was rolling loose. Derby was last touched the ball, and by best we could see from up here, the ball rolled out of the back of the end zone. The official signaled that it was a touchback, but they're trying to sort it out now.
Well, I can't tell if they're sending their defense out or their offense out.
Well, several of the Winfield players were clapping. Quarterback Hopkins going back on the field, so
I don't understand the call. There's no way it could be.
Well, I think what they're saying, Terry, is we fumbled it out of the end zone, which would be a touchback, and it comes out their ball on the 20.
No, because Derby never had possession of it.
Well, I don't see them changing it. Still seems to be some discussion down on the field.
Right now, they say it's Winfield's problem because we forced the ball back to the end zone. We got to have position.
It's first down, Winfield on the 20-yard line. So,
well,
what are the coaches saying over there?
They're saying that Derby forced it out of the end zone. So I just don't understand the call. I'm saying the coaching staff doesn't understand the call.
All right.
Hopkins still the quarterback. Vargas in motion to the right. Hopkins drops back. He's brought down after about a 10-yard loss that time, trying to roll right. Excellent penetration by the center of the Panther line.
I think the call may have made Derby mad, Ron, because it did block a punt and did not get credit for it.
9-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 19 for the Vikings.
All right.
Again, a lot of motion, but Vikings don't seem to be moving the ball anywhere except back. Hopkins fumbled the snap. Panthers ball's laying around loose. Saw Shelby Werman dive in there at the last minute. Panthers recovered. So they'll have the ball 1st and 10. Might be 1st and goal. Depends upon where they spot it.
Felt like they really got a bad call on the block punt. Now they need to capitalize on it. They've got to move the ball better than they did the first series down here.
2 tight ends in for the Panthers. Galbraith wide left.
Galbraith quarterback.
Whatever. Hand off to Malik, breaks 1 tackle, still on his feet, drives down inside the 5 to about the 2 or 3 before he stopped. Good running by Tyson Malik on that play.
Excellent second effort. He was hit short of the 5-yard line and spun and broke loose to gain 3 additional yards. He's going to be real close to first down.
Bring up 2nd and long yard for a first down and probably 2 for the touchdown. Malik's wide left. Hand off to Tyson Malik. He's hit, drives down in for the touchdown. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage and then just drove forward.
Tackle with their quickness and the strong run that they have both from Weirman and Tyson.
Galbraith will hold. DeVore's kick is up and it's good. 3:28 to go in the first quarter, and the Panthers break out in front 7-0. Interesting matchup tonight up in Hayesville. Ark City's up to play the Colts tonight. I guess we'll find out how good either one of them are.
Well, there's really 2 games that I'm sure are of interest to the Derby fans and players, and that's that ball game, and also the Dodge City Liberal game out in western Kansas tonight. Kind of give us an indication of how strong Dodge City is, and hopefully we have an opportunity to play them in the playoffs.
DeVore's kick is a low one, fielded at the 5. Number 33, Gabe Satterfield, picks up the ball. He's still on his feet. I don't know how he got through there, but he did. He was hit by 4 or 5 Derby players down around the 25 and gets out close to the, going to mark it at about the 43-yard line. So excellent return by Gabe Satterfield.
The Winfield did run a kickoff back last week against Campus for a touchdown, so they have had some success with their kick return team. But when you give up as many points as they have, you get a lot of opportunities.
Hopkins' little Statue of Liberty play. We haven't seen one of those before. Hand off to the Gam again, the fullback, and we'll reach around handoff. Terry, I don't know that I've seen a high school team in the last 10 years do as much shifting of players as this Viking team does. Pitch back.
You can shift all you want, and you can do all the motion you want, but if you don't block, it doesn't do you any good. And you know, just amazes me that the more I watch it, because it just takes time that needs to be spent on fundamentals.
Pitch back was to 21, Chad Roberts, the tailbacks. First time we've seen him carry the ball tonight, and he lost about a yard on the play. And they're running basic offensive plays. There's no fancy handoff to speak of.
Well, you also, in the first quarter, they've got strong wind in their face. You'd think they'd be wanting to use the clock up and not be in a hurry to run offensive plays and keep it out of Derby's hand until they get the wind at their back.
Hopkins drops straight back, looks down, throws a pass just off the fingertips, a little low. Would have been a nice catch, but incomplete on this one, Terry.
It looks like they're going for it on 4th down.
Quick.
Maybe run a quick kick, or they're going to shift.
Well, they did a quick kick. Malik picks it up on the 18-yard line, gets back across the 20, basically with no blocking because the Panthers were all up on the line. Not sure if that was going to be a run or a kick.
The wind at their back, although I do think from the appearance of the flag Well, maybe it's not dying down a little bit. I thought maybe it was dying down just a little bit, but it seems to be whipping up pretty good again.
Well, the Panthers really only have about 10 or 15 yards total offense so far because of that fumble down on the 10-yard line. In their first series, they didn't gain any yardage. Galbraith throws deep, just overthrows Corey Gurley down the left sideline. Corey had his man beat by 3 or 4 steps. A nice pass and just a little bit too far.
And open all evening as tight as they're trying to play the wide receivers.
Gurley goes wide left. Tyson Malik comes wide right. Little tailback counter to Tyson Malik, and he's free across the 30, 35, 40, bowls over a tackler before he's brought down about the 48-yard line of Winfield. So nice run by Tyson Malik on that play. Panthers with 2 wide outs, I formation. Galbraith out in the flat to Gurley, complete, across the 50, about the 46-yard line of Winfield.
Corey coming up a little limping just a little bit on after that reception, so he goes out.
2 wide outs for the Panthers. Slot to the left. Handoff to Wehrman, the fullback, up the middle, and he's picks up about 4 or 5 on the play. Start the second quarter. Panthers will have it 1st and 10 at the Winfield 43-yard line. Slot left. Pitch back to Malik on the right side. Cuts the corner. Got the first down. There's a flag. Could be a late hit on the play.
I think he was definitely out of bounds when somebody came in and
2 Winfield players
came
were
in
the last
awful
to get
late.
up. Going to be a personal foul against Winfield. It must have been a late hit, Terry.
The first series, Winfield played what appeared to be a 5-2 defense, but this series they've gone to almost a 6-2. They
Panthers going to slot left. Handoff to Wehrman, the fullback, on the fullback trap. He's still on his feet inside the 20-yard line down to about the 17, where he's driven back by several blue jerseys.
there was whistles blown when he was still running the football.
Put the ball right at the 17-yard line. Worley comes wide left for the Panthers. 2 tight ends in. High formation. Malik and Wehrman the setbacks. Handoff to Malik. Inside. Breaks free. He's going to score. So 17-yard touchdown run. Looked like a big hole on the right side of that line, Terry.
Right side of the offensive line did an excellent job of blocking and opening the hole up that time. Jason Reitmeyer over there, and
Hey, Bill. You want to grab Brian Polk? He can be in at the 5 here. Kelly.
Josh Regal also at that tight end in the block.
Galbraith spots it at the 10. DeVore's kick is up. And it's good. 11-10 to go in the half. Panthers are out in front 14-0. So a little better drive that time. Ball control. The Panthers moving the ball on the ground. The ball, though, is the fullback, J.T. Gann, and he's been thrown for a loss, I think, about every time he's carried the ball, with the exception of maybe 1 carry.
Well, once they shift and put everybody in motion, they really only have one guy in the backfield to hand off to. So there's not a lot of deception when they do run a play.
Chris DeVore's kick goes out of bounds at the 22-yard line of Winfield, so a little tougher kicking into that stiff breeze tonight.
At the 35-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see what they do, Terry. They would have it at the 35, although, you know, last week, as you said, they returned one kickoff, and they almost broke one here earlier tonight. But I don't know that it was because of such good blocking, because there's 4 or 5 Panthers hitting clear back around the 20, and it just seemed to bounce off of him. They're basically running a one-back set with all the... Now they split. Receiver out, man in motion for the Vikings. Hopkins drops straight back, throws out in the flat, complete to Vargas. Driven out of bounds just short of the 45-yard line, so best offensive play the Vikings have had tonight. High formation. More motion again. Hopkins drops straight back, looks out to the flat. Pass intended for number 17, Danny Staniker. I don't think the Vikings have used the huddle yet tonight other than on penalties, Terry. Power I set. Pitch back to Fumble. Fumble on the play. Panthers have got it, Terry. Boy, it was a pitch back to 44. JT Gann, the fullback, and it bounced right off his shoulder pads. It was a pretty hard pitch, Terry.
It was a real tough pitch with only about a yard between the quarterback and the tailback. And
looked like he kicked it, and it bounced towards the Viking goal. Panthers pick it up there. They'll have it 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line of Winfield. 2 wideouts for the Panthers. Galbraith drops straight back, throws downfield, complete to Gorley. Excellent catch by Corey. Defender didn't even know he caught it. Good concentration.
That was an excellent pass and an excellent reception by Corey Gorley. Completely turned the defender around. That's what we talked about. This they don't have the speed to play that close to the defenders coming off the line.
There was a flag on the play, but it was pass defense against the Vikings, so the touchdown will stand. And 33 Satterfield didn't even know that Corey caught it. He was spinning around looking back towards the line of scrimmage.
It was about a 45-yard gain for Corey. Corey's one of the leading receivers in the area in yardage per game.
Kick is up and hits the right upright, and it's still wiggling. So he had it hard, but it's no good. Pretty good rush that time by the Vikings coming in on DeVore's kick.
They have picked up another 45, 50 yards tonight already.
Well, I think he had 45 on that pass play right there, Terry. But he hadn't thrown that many times. DeVore's kick is an excellent kick down to the 5 into that wind. It's a reverse. The 35, Satterfield, and he's going to be brought down inside the 5. He's driven back into the end zone, but they're going to stop him at about the 3 or the 2. So much for the reverse. And again, there's Winfield with a lot of motion and fancy stuff, and it's not working.
Would have got close to the 25, 30-yard line without much problem. Now they put themselves back in the hole.
It'll be interesting to see what the Vikings do, because they basically have lost yardage on all their running plays, and they're now at their own 3-yard line. And there's all kinds of shifting around again. And the Panthers are probably going to come pretty hard on this one. Quarterback keeps it. Actually picks up about 5 yards on the play.
Well, he just piled in behind his line. And
at the 7-yard line. Motion again. Hopkins just keeps it and goes straight ahead again, and this time it's not going anywhere. No huddle again for the Vikings. Hopkins, again, that fullback draw, and he's hit 2 or 3 times, but he Panthers didn't smell it out quick enough that time, Terry.
The Vikings this evening. Second time they ran that play.
We'll tell you they're in a slot right, but they won't end up that way. Again, motion to the right. Hopkins drops back, throws out in the flat, complete to about the 20-yard line.
Quick hit.
Okay. All right, he's doing it.
2nd and 7.
Yeah. Now this time he's a little farther.
Hopkins drops back again, looks right over the middle, ball's up in the air, and then it's deflected and caught, but I believe it's incomplete.
No, I think they called it a completion, didn't they? It was. That was very fortunate for the Vikings. The receiver that actually ended up with it was laying on his back, and the ball kind of landed on him.
That's the second first down. So the Panthers had them pinned at the 3, and the Vikings are now out to the 27. Hopkins drops back again, looks right, throws out in the flat, overthrows his receiver.
Face, I'm sure that the coaching staff will be making some adjustments on that coverage.
2nd and 10 Vikings, motion right. Hopkins drops back again, looks downfield, out in the flat. Almost knocked down by Jake Sobbing, but complete. Should be close to another first down. Again, they're just throwing that little quick out in the flat.
Well, they actually run a play that's real close to an illegal play because it's almost a pick with the split end running back across the middle, looking to possibly pick a defensive man that's sliding out with a man in motion.
Right now, chewing up a lot of the clock. No big gains, but they're picking up. That's the 3rd first down. Again, they shift 3 players around. Motion right again. Hopkins dropped back, looked right, little screen pass out in the flat. We'll give him a little more than 2 on the, make it 2nd and a long 7. Now, 85 for the Vikings come across the line a little quick there, so that'll move them back 5.
In the draw.
And that fullback draw has been all passing plays all of a sudden. Of course, they have the wind with them, and they're just those little quick outs, Terry.
Nothing fancy, not a real risky pass. Panthers just need to tighten up their coverage in the flats just a little bit.
Quarterback Sneak keeps the ball. He's going anywhere. Probably lost a yard on the play.
I thought he could run through the stunt or run past it if they were going to stunt outside of him, and he didn't have an opportunity to make any advance on that carry.
Last week it was hurt, so
that tells you what
might be a
trick pass.
Little halfback pass play. He lines up at a fullback position. Again, they shift 2 players. Put Hudo in motion to the right. Going to throw it out of bounds. He was pressured pretty hard. Panthers get good pressure off. Just missed punt. Mally's going to field it at the 24.
Oh, nice.
Nice block there by 44 for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Severin comes in as a wide receiver. Worley's the other wide receiver.
Or in flashes. Do we want him? He's smoking. Do we want him to smoke? Yeah, but they're putting the motion back out there.
Galbraith drops back. Quick penetration by, looked like they blitzed the linebacker.
Well,
Not sure where he's going to line up. Well, he was the right tackle, right off the defensive tackle came in. I don't know how he got in there. 2nd and 16. Hand off to Malik. He's hit at the line, keeps his feet, gets outside, tripped up short of the 40-yard line, gets back close to the original line of scrimmage before he's brought down.
and with 2 linemen, so they're not shifting over to the strong side for some reason.
Worley comes wide left. Tyson Malik in the slot to the left. Werman's alone setback. Galbraith drops straight back. Looks downfield, pass over the middle, caught by Corey Gurley. Excellent catch. I'm not so sure there wasn't pass defense on that, Terry.
I tell you what, I can't believe there wasn't a flag thrown because he was all over him before he was going up to catch the football.
By Corey.
Offensive line doing an excellent job that time of blocking for Barry and giving him time to drop back and get set up.
Nate Phillips in at a wide receiver now. He goes wide right. Fullback trap to Shelby Werman. Gets inside the 45 down to about the 44 where he's brought down. Gain of maybe 2 or 3. Tyler Malik comes wide left. Severin goes wide right. Tailback counter. Tyson Malik breaks one tackle. He's down inside the 30. Tripped up at the last minute, or he'd have gone all the way. Gets down to about the 27-yard line.
The call was.
They're calling it against Derby. That's an awful long ways to be calling a penalty on the opposite side of the field. They're going to call a clip. It's interesting how that official can call it from over here when there's 2 officials right on the play.
Yeah, it really was.
So, nice gain by Tyson Malik's going to be brought back. Slot left for the Panthers. Pitch back to Malik on the right side, basically the same play. He's hit not the line of scrimmage, drives forward short of the 40, gets to about the 41. Slot left again for the Panthers, I formation. Tailback counter play. Malik breaks one tackle, breaks another, picks up the first down, gets down to close to the 30-yard line, making about the 31 before he's brought down.
On second effort. With less than 3 minutes to go in the half, what the Panthers like to do is just eat the clock up as much as they could, not give Winfield another opportunity to go on offense with the wind at their back. Phillips is wide right. Galbraith rolls left, looks downfield, got a man open, hits Josh Riedel coming across the middle, but it's in and out of his hands. Pretty tight coverage there, but it was a catchable ball, I think. Kept the ball and ran, too. He had pretty good open field on this side, but chose to throw, and of course Josh was in, the ball was there. 2nd and 10. Panthers at the 31 of the Vikings. 2 wide outs. Pitch back to Malik, comes left, cuts outside, spins off of one tackle, still on his feet, and there's about 5 tacklers on him. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. Two wideouts for the Panthers, I formation. Fullback handoff to Werman, stays on his feet, breaks a tackle. He's in the clearance, going to score. Thought he went down. A couple of the Winfield players are pointing, but the referees didn't mark it. So excellent second effort and third effort by Shelby. His hand did go down. He used his hand to keep his knee up off the ground. He just kept working and spun free and righted himself and took it all in for the touchdown.
We saw a similar play to that last year in the state championship game where Jason Young broke over the middle, spun, put his hand down, and was blown dead at the 5, unfortunately, but scored. Lawrence went on to stop Derby on that play, but Derby kicked a field goal. Galbraith, a little mishandled snap. Snap was a little low.
Well, it was designed for a fake kick and a pass. Barry just couldn't get out and get set up. He had.
Taken by 33. Satterfield, he brings it out to about the 25 before he's brought down. So a nice return by by Gabe Satterfield for the Vikings, where they'll start 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Minute 24 to go in the half. It should be a very interesting game. It is played in Hayesville tonight. And certainly Arc City undefeated, Hayesville undefeated, Campus Colts. They go out of a shotgun with a little shovel pass, which is incomplete. It's going to be a pass. So
that was forwarded, and it was almost intercepted.
There was 3 Panthers coming hard.
Ross Draney, big Ross, right in the middle of it, and I think Ross saw 7 points in front of him. Just couldn't quite handle it.
I think the penalty was for an illegal shift. I'm not sure. Panthers decline it. 2nd and 10. Winfield slot right. Again, they move 2 players. Put 1 in motion again. That's the other quarterback. Hopkins looking downfield. Complete out to about the 32-yard line. Again, that little flat pattern.
Derby needs to adjust, and they need to. That is not that difficult a pass pattern to defend on out.
Well, they've got number 8, Joe Hudo, in at the fullback slot. He comes in motion to the right or the left, and then Hopkins drops back. Takes a lot of time actually dropping back, but it's just a little quick out. Hopkins rolls back, so screen pass tipped up. 54, 64.
That was Ryan Parskell. Excellent defensive play by Ryan to get his big hand up and break that screen pass up.
Winfield takes a timeout.
Watching the trick plays.
Hopkins lines up in the shotgun. Vargas comes up under center now, number 5. It's a quick kick. Malik will field it at his 28-yard line. Slips 1 tackle, breaks across the 40, up to about the 44-yard line before he's hit by 4 or 5 Viking players. 56 yards away from pay dirt.
Well, the scores that Derby have been big plays. They really haven't had to sustain a long offensive drive.
Galbraith drops straight back, looks downfield, throws deep. Flag's got to be down 33. Satterway just grabbed a hold of Severin as he was going downfield. He never had a chance to catch the ball. The flag in the backfield too, so that could be a late hit.
Aaron Severin had his guy beaten as he was going by him. He simply reached up and grabbed him to keep him from getting beat deep, which really the best thing for the Vikings.
2 penalties, roughing the passer and pass interference. So I'm sure the Panthers will take it, and that'll move it up to about the 40-yard line of the Vikings, I believe, Terry. Left, Severin goes wide right. Malik and Werman are the setbacks. Galbraith drops straight back, and out pattern to Corey Gurley, catches it in the flat, breaks inside the 20, down inside the 15. Excellent attempt by Vargas to strip the ball away in the now, Terry. Looks like it's at the 12.
That's another 30-yard gain for Corey.
Forget the fullback, Shelby Werman is running almost a 10-yard per carry average with 230 yards going into this game on 21 carries. Galbraith rolls right. Got excellent protection, throws across the middle, just a little inside the fullback. Shelby Werman had to reach back for it. Barry just threw behind him a little bit. Aaron goes wide to the left. Worley's wide right. Malik's in the slot to the right. Galbraith drops straight back. Just threw it a little quick, and it was quite a bit behind. Phillips comes in at a wide receiver. He goes wide left, Gurley goes wide right. High formation for the Panthers. 3rd and 10. Corley rolls wide right, complete to Werman. No, dropped the ball. Had it for a second and then dropped it. He was wide open out in the flat, and that was a catchable ball, Terry, rather than kick the field goal. 13 seconds on the clock. Corley comes wide left with the Panthers, Severin wide right. Malik goes in the slot to the left. Galbraith drops straight back, throws complete to Corey Gurley in the corner of the end zone. Terry, just an excellent timing pass. Corey went up, brought it down. Defender was there.
The defender wasn't in a bad position. He's having the problem of playing Corey instead of playing the ball and find out where the ball is. And that's 2 or 3 times he's done that. And it seems like every time Derby makes him pay for it.
So again, Derby, good ball control, good drive with less than a minute to go, taking over and putting the ball in the end zone. Snap is back, kick is up, and it's good. So 8 seconds to go in the half. Panthers are out in front, 33-0.
Ron, it's been to look at the score, you'd think Derby played tremendous football the first half, and they've made some big plays, and they've had a very balanced attack. It seems like they had more success throwing the ball when the wind was at their face than they had the first quarter.
Well, it's probably very frustrating to come and play a team that has won but one game in 2 years, and I think they were going to take no chances on that kick. Chris DeBoer just squibs it hard. They don't want a chance for a return. Excellent coverage downfield. It's going to be 2 seconds on the clock. Vikings will have it 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. Winfield just kind of out of their league when they play against the Panthers. Two seconds on the clock. Panthers up 33-0. Winfield will have one play. Hopkins, the quarterback. Again, all kinds of movement. Hopkins drops back, throws a little screen pass, complete to the fullback, who's thrown for about a 5-yard loss.
Well, Aaron Robbins right on top of him. As soon as he caught the ball, Aaron was there to make the stop. That ends the first half with the score: Derby Panthers 33 and the Winfield Vikings. Pitt, the campus ball game. Ark City leads that ball game 24-7. Definitely answer some questions for the Panthers as far as who to look for their strong competition from.
He'll be glad for that.
Well, we screwed him last year, so.
We were unable to get any halftime stats from the statistician, so we have some unofficial stats. We have Corey Gorley with approximately 115 yards receiving the first half. Tyson Malik has 89.5 yards, or close to 100 yards rushing the first half. Second half, we anticipate that the Panthers are going to come out and again stay with their basic attack. Look for them to put the ball in the air a little bit. The passing game has had some success the first half, and we talked during the half about Winfield trying to play real tight on one-on-one coverage, and the Panthers were able to take advantage of that and hit for some long plays, and I believe 2 touchdowns to Corey Gorley in the first half run on some excellent catches and runs by Corey.
I think Andy Vargas, number 5, is probably the leading gainer for the Vikings this evening. The unfortunate thing about it is it's been all in shift motion. I've never seen a team do as much motion shifting in college, high school, or pros. No huddle. They shift almost 3 backs every play and then put a man in motion. And You know, you'd seem when you're down 33-0, you haven't won a game in 2 years, and I'm certainly not going to be overly critical of the coach, although it sounds that way. You'd spend a little bit more time on fundamentals.
Well, I tell you what, it doesn't do you any good to shift if you shift into the same formation every time, because the defense just anticipates that the guy lined out wide right is going to come in and set up at the tight end, and he does every play. And you know, you're not fooling anybody, you're not tricking anybody, you're not doing anything that's going to gain any big advantage to you, but you've had to spend time working on it. So I don't understand it, and I guess I'll let the coach's record speak for himself.
And that record is?
Not good. Winfield did elect to receive the second half, so the Panthers will take the win in the third quarter.
Just about ready to start the second half. Panthers control the ball game 33-0. Chris DeVore's kick, high end over end kick. It goes back, carries a yard deep in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 20. We might see the refrigerator play before the night's over, Terry.
Well, I'm sure we'll probably see some of their beef in there. This was Winfield's homecoming, and I think last year when we were down here was also their homecoming run.
Well, they've again start off shifting 3 backs. Man in motion to the right. Hopkins drops straight back, throws over the middle to nobody. I think the pass was intended for 44 again, the fullback. And they shift 3 players again. Man in motion to the right. Hopkins drops back, looks right, throws deep. Ball is tipped up and caught. Good defense by the Panthers, but both Panther defenders fell to the ground, and the Winfield receiver just stood there and the ball came down his hand. Again, it was good pass defense, and just the Panthers went down as they were going for the interception, and the Winfield receiver stood stationary and the ball came down in his hands. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 40. Okay, probably just got the wind knocked out of him. He got something knocked out of him anyway. 1st and 10, Vikings at their own 40. Have 2 wideouts. Man in motion. Hopkins drops back, throws out in the flat, ball's tipped again. Good pass defense.
3 receivers over there, 2 wideouts, a guy in motion. They're going down and setting picks for each other, and that's illegal for an offensive guy to do that downfield on a pass play.
Troy Glazier got his hand on the ball on that last one, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Again, 3 people moving. Motion right. Hopkins, handoff to the fullback, or draw, or to, I guess to the tailback, 21. Again, Chad Roberts. It's about the 3rd time we've seen him touch the ball tonight. Slot right for the Vikings. Now they shift. Motion right. Hopkins drops straight back, looks right, downfield. I believe the pass was complete to 33, Gabe Satterfield, coming across the middle.
He pretty much has a predetermined receiver when he drops back, and he throws out there whether he's open or not.
Pass was good enough for a 1st down inside Panther territory at the 41-yard line of the Panthers. Hopkins on the quarterback keeper, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage, driven back across the 45, so no gain on the play. That's
the 2nd time that he's read a blitz by the linebackers and has tried to run a quarterback sneak off of it. And what's happening is his offensive line is not firing out because they're setting up the pass block, not realizing that he's decided to sneak the football.
The low's about a half a yard on the play. We'll make it 2nd and 10. We've got a whistle. I don't see a flag, but
now there's a flag on the right side. I think it's one of the Vikings got in the neutral zone when they went down into their stance.
I will say one thing for that offensive alignment of Winfield. There's a lot of timing and alignment that has to go on when they shift that many backs and that many players on a given play, Terry, just to make sure somebody isn't lined up offsides or moves ahead of the snap or is not set or.
Okay, something interesting. 85 just checked into the ball game, went to the official, and normally when you see that, you look for a reporting of some type of trick play that they're trying to make the official aware of. So watch for something coming up by the Vikings.
Well, Huntley 85 splits wide. He's in the slot to the right actually. Now he comes in tight right. Motion right. He's walking straight on. There's another draw play. It'll pick up maybe 2 yards on the play, bring up third down about 13. Motion right. Hopkins drops straight back, looks downfield, a little screen pass over to the right. He's hit immediately. Pass was intended for Roberts.
I think if I were the Winfield coach, would have taken the win the third quarter and at least make the varsity play against the win. Not.
Trying to find Hopkins now, the quarterback. I believe he's going to take the snap. They're in their regular spread. Now it'll be a snap to Hopkins, and he's going to quick kick it. Almost blocked it. Malik thought about picking it up and then let it go. It goes down inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line. The Panthers will go with their starting backfield with Werman, Malik, Galbraith. Gurley and Severin are the wide receivers, and now there's another flag on the play. I'm not sure what. There's an awful lot of dead ball fouls being called this evening, Terry. Either the officials got shortchanged last week, or you would think 4 games into the season you wouldn't see this many alignments. Offsides against Winfield.
I think Winfield lined up in the neutral zone again.
Panthers will have it 1st and 5 now, ball at the 17-yard line of the Panthers. 2 wideouts for the Panthers, I formation. Galbraith drops straight back, throws deep. He's got a man open. Severin catches it full stride at the 50, and nobody's going to catch him, Terry. That's the fastest man in the Ark Valley in the track squad. So
we've looked all season to see that, and it's no surprise with his speed to see him running the fly down the sideline like that. And just an excellent pass. Didn't take long for the Panthers to strike.
It's an 82-yard strike by Corey Gurley and Barry Galbraith, and Aaron Severin never broke stride. Caught it right over his shoulders and kept right on going.
They can go to a lot of them in there.
Bad snap again by Galbraith. Picks it up, rolls to the left, tries to complete for the extra point, but the pass is a little short.
Let's be against him.
From the 1. Galbraith will put it down at the 9. A little better snap this time. DeVore's kick is up, and it's good. So 8:15 to go in the third quarter, and Derby's out in front now, 40-0. Chris DeVore set to kick off for the Panthers. Chris will drive another ball deep. It'll be fielded at the 1, and it's a reverse. Again, some trickery. The Panthers aren't fooled. They're coming down hard, but there's some good wall blocking there, and he gets around. He's not going to break free, but they set up a nice wall on that play, Terry.
He did a good job of getting outside and picking up his blocking, and it looked for a second like he may be caught back about the 5-yard line.
The Panthers didn't seem to be fooled by the play, but Winfield did a good job of just setting that little wall up to the outside, and he gets it out to, as you say, the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Hopkins drops straight back, throws over the middle, intended for Roberts. Threw a little behind him, and it's incomplete. Again, 3 people move or shift. Motion right. Hopkins drops straight back, looks right, never looks anywhere else, throws intercepted. Tyler Malik picks it off. He's going to be brought down. Ball's fumbled, but I believe he was down.
He's called down about the 29-yard line. Excellent interception by Tyler.
Initially, that it should make it a lot easier for him to defend the receiver.
I think the defense is averaging two interceptions a ball game. That's the first one tonight. And they've had their opportunity for 2 or 3 others tonight and couldn't quite get a handle on it.
Panthers ball 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Malik, the ball carrier, gets down inside the 26 to about the 25. Going to mark it at the 26-yard line. Panthers with 2 wideouts. Little tailback counter to Tyson Malik, and he's free in the secondary. Drives down inside the 5. Tyson wasn't going to change directions or anything. He was heading for the goal line.
Front line by the Panthers.
I've got Tyson over 100 yards now for the ball game. I'm not sure exactly, about 110. Be 1st and goal at the 4. Hand off to Wehrman, breaks tackle inside, down close to the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. Set fullback trap, quick hitting play, and the center of the Derby line opened up a nice hole for Shelby Wehrman.
Up front.
Good snap. Galbraith sits it at the 10. DeVore's kick is up. And it's good. 6:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. Panthers now up 47 to nothing.
There by Ross Draney and Josh Rehlander and Josh Haas at left tackle, deduct at left guard on that play with some excellent blocking.
We'll shut the door, Coach. DeVore's kick, high end over end kick, fielded, fumbled at the 1, picked up by number 24, David Frisbee, who is a wide receiver for the Vikings. Gets it out across the 10. Panthers making some substitutions on defense now.
They only got 10 guys.
There you go.
Now they got 11. Shotgun formation. Long pass downfield. Hopkins just threw it as far as he could throw it, and it's overthrown.
He was going to reach back and throw as far as he could.
Shotgun again. Hopkins drops back, throws downfield out, complete to his other quarterback. Ball game, Terry. Left tackle. Shotgun. Hopkins still the quarterback. Motion right. Pass is thrown deep again, and it's overthrown. I'm not sure why they'd be throwing that ball that deep, Terry, with 3rd and only 5, but when you're down 47 to nothing, I guess it doesn't make much difference what you do with it. Ball's well overthrown. Be 4th and 5. Number 77 is back to kick. Derby doesn't have anybody back, but into that wind, I don't know that he's going to get off too good a kick, and he doesn't. Ball's going to bounce on the 45, and not so sure it wasn't tipped forward, but I guess not.
They marked it at the 46-yard line and be brought back to the first touching.
Coach Young puts in the junior varsity players. T.J. Smith is in the ball game now, number 32. Smith comes wide right. Rob Buss, number 23, is in the slot to the right. number 41, Scott Reed, 5'10", 175-pound sophomore, is in at tailback now. Scott picks up, they give him a couple of yards on the carry. Be second down and 8.
For the Panthers. Right tackle is Matt Hupp, number 72.
Hand off to fullback Robbins. Ball's fumbled. He just never got the ball, and Winfield's recovered, so Vikings will take over 1st and 10 ball on their 40-yard line now. Vikings in a shotgun formation again. Hopkins the quarterback. That motion right by Gant, the fullback. Hopkins a shovel pass forward. I don't know who he threw it to. I think he just threw it. There was 2 Derby people bearing down on him pretty hard. Now there's a whole unit coming in the ball game for Winfield, so they're basically changing their offense. They've got a couple of awful big guys on the left side of the line, Terry. I know one of them's 305. Motion left. Hopkins drops back again, got plenty of time, throws deep. Ball's well thrown, and T.J. Smith breaks it up. It's overthrown.
T.J. almost had his first varsity interception of the year, back in good defensive position.
Hopkins in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers set for the Vikings. Just a little fullback draw. He's hit after about a 3-yard gain. It was just a quick handoff to Gant. I would assume they will go for it on this play, Terry. Then they're going to possibly do the quick kick. High snap to Hopkins. He's in the shotgun, throws deep. Ball's way overthrown. Nobody even down near close to it.
Well, there's a flag on the play, and the call is going to be illegal receiver downfield. Winfield had 2 or 3 defensive linemen downfield that time. I'm not sure what they thought was going on, but Panthers will, I'm sure, decline the penalty and take the ball at
penalties decline. There is an illegal receiver downfield, so the Panthers will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Winfield 44-yard line. Robbins in the backfield. Robbins the fullback, Reed the tailback. Slot left for the Panthers. Hand off to Reed on the tailback counter. He's stopped for probably a yard loss. Jason Newhall in at a wide receiver, comes wide right for the Panthers. T.J. Smith is wide left, I formation. I think we've got to have a little defense moved a little quick, Terry.
Looked like the right guard for the Vikings came across the count early. Quarter.
Be 2nd and 6 right at the 40 for the Panthers. Glazier on the keeper. Quarterback option, cuts inside, downfield at the 30, breaks a couple of tackles, gets down inside the 20. Nice run by Troy Glazier. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line of the Vikings. Two wideouts for the Panthers. Pitch back to Reed. The left side, he cuts the corner. Breaks one tackle. Probably picks up about 5 or 6 on the play.
Yeah, second. The clock has second down.
I believe it's the down marker's got 3rd, but I believe it's 2nd.
It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, hand off to the fullback, Holt, and he's driving down inside the 5, close to the 1. Jumped one tackler at the line of scrimmage and just kept going. Nice run by number 40, Chuck Holt, on that play. He's a 5'6", 190-pound junior. He's in at fullback now. Reed still the tailback. Long count for the Panthers. Handoff to Holt again.
Fumble.
Dives forward, there's a fumble, the ball picked up. Winfield recovers. So tough break for the JV. Take the ball and drive it down to the 2-yard line, and then there's a fumble on that play to the fullback, Chuck Holt. Probably see a quarterback sneak on this play, Terry, down that close. That seemed to work well for him when they were stuck on the 1 before. Again, a lot of shifting. Motion right. Quarterback draw. He's trapped in the backfield, almost trapped for a safety, but gets out of the end zone, probably back to the line of scrimmage.
He may be thrown for a little loss. He's very fortunate to get out of the end zone.
He probably won't drop back quite as far this time.
What's going on? It's ringing.
There's a handoff to number 5, Andy Vargas. That's the first time we've seen him carry the ball tonight. He gets out across the 5 to about the 8-yard line, 7 or 8. Rain started to fall here at whatever the name of this field is. Pretty good shower coming down. Everybody's kind of scrambling for cover. Blankets are out, umbrellas.
Called the fumble.
Oh, did they fumble?
Yeah, they fumbled it back.
Oh, we've just been informed by our key spotter that the Vikings have fumbled and the Panthers have recovered back. So this is an exchange of downs down inside the 10. Panthers will have it first and goal at the 8-yard line.
Would like everybody to know that it is warm and dry in the press box.
And that's why we're here. First and 10, Panthers at the 8-yard line. Handoff to Reed. Inside, breaks a tackle down.
Fumble.
There's another fumble, and no, it's a touchdown. By golly, he scored. Yes, sir, the referee has officially raised his hands, and it is on our side of the field. So 6 points for the JV out.
Check hold on the touchdown. I'm not sure he carried it or whether he recovered it.
Well, I think the handoff was to Scott Reed, the tailback, 41, but we'll take the 6 any way we can get it. 18 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and Panthers are out to their widest margin of the season, 53-0. He missed right now. Official timeout on the field. Back down, kick is up, and it's good. And now it's starting to rain hard again, Terry. So, in the 3rd quarter, correction, they missed the extra point. It looked good, but I guess it wasn't.
Well, we've got better advantage points than the official had. So. From here, it was good.
53 kicked off for the Panthers. Unfortunately, I don't have him on the roster, so I can't tell you who it is. We'll try and check and find out.
Excellent coverage.
Substituting quite freely now. 2nd, 3rd team in on defense. Again, the Vikings continue to shift formations, motion right, and we'll have another penalty.
Quarter's over.
Oh, I'm sorry. Guess we used the flags. I thought it was a penalty. What, you want to stand here?
What's her name?
Janet. Vikings have it 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line. Pitch back is to Gunn. Tailback slot comes, gets across the 5 out to about the 7. 2nd and 6. We got 4 on the carry.
First team back in there, don't you?
Vikings have it 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Now make it 17-yard line. Again, shift 3 or 4 backs, motion right. Hand off to the fullback. He's going to be trapped. Well, he breaks a tackle. He was hitting back at the backfield. Breaks free, gets out across the 20. Second and 3 for the Vikings. Motion right. Hopkins drops straight back, throws over the middle. Pass intended for number 21. Third and 3. Motion right again. Hopkins drops straight back, looks straight over the middle, floats a pass out. Tipped, well, I'm not sure. It was tipped 2 or 3 times. Roberts tipped it. Give them a first down at their own 38-yard line. Vargas comes wide right, comes in the slot to the right. Hopkins drops straight back, throws out in the flat. Ball was overthrown. Receiver was drilled. Second and 10 for the Vikings. Hopkins drops straight back, throws out in the flat, complete to Vargas at about
Outsider going inside and setting picks.
Hopkins drops straight back, looks back, throws a screen. That's a lateral.
That's anybody's ball.
And the officials caught it, and fortunately, pass was there, the lateral, I guess, about 14. And Winfield will, of course, go for it. They come motion right. Hopkins drops straight back, looks down the field, pass out, complete to Vargas, but it's only going to pick up about 6 yards, 5 yards on the carry. So Panthers will take over first and 10. And all the years that he's been at Derby High School, tried to run the score up. But when you've got your second, third team in there, you certainly can't tell them to lay down. Handoff to Reed, breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet, down inside the 35 to about the 33, 32. The 5'8", 153-pound junior. Handoff to Reed, slips a tackle in the backfield, gets across the 30 down inside the 25. Just first down 10, ball at the 23-yard line of the Vikings. Handoff to Reed, back inside, he cuts, still on his feet, gets close to the 15-yard line before.
So they can keep the clock running. Just a little over 7 minutes to go in the ball game.
Second and 2. Handoff to Reed again. He's going to be close to the first down.
Procedure against the Panthers.
So, number 80, Josh Fickey, in now at a wide receiver, comes wide to the left. High formation for the Panthers. Inside handoff to number 10. I believe Jared Foster just checked in at a wide receiver, Terry. Comes wide to the left.
No.
No? No, it's not. It's 83. I'm sorry.
Chris DeVore.
DeVore is in. Little option play right. Pitch back to the tailback. Our microphone just fell down. Cheap equipment. Hear that where he's spotting the down marker, but I guess not. Surprised that fumble on the play. Quarterback jumped out a little quick and didn't have the ball. Panthers are not going to get the first down, I don't believe, Terry. Should in fact actually lost about a yard on the play.
I think.
Winfield staying with basically their first offensive unit. I'm sure they'd like to put something on the board. Hopkins still the quarterback. He's under center. Comes motion right. Drops straight back. Looks right. Throws deep downfield. Ball is well thrown, but well overthrown. Winfield in the power I. Of course, they won't end up that way. 3-men shift. Motion right again. Hopkins drops back, looks out in the flat. Ball, I guess that was forward enough, almost a lateral, but Vargas in motion to the right. Hopkins drops straight back, looks downfield, throws deep. Got a man open, but again, well overthrown. Roughing the passer penalty.
Personal foul.
Personal foul. Vikings will have it at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Vargas in motion to the right. Hopkins drops straight back again, looks left and throws left, complete to 33. And a lot of substitutions for the Panthers now. Still the Viking first original starting offense in the ball game. Fumble.
I think the Panthers may have it, hopefully.
Indication, Panthers are indicating they got it, and the referee says yes, Panthers ball. Panthers break the huddle. TJ Smith comes wide to the left. Josh Fickey in the slot to the left. Handoff is to number 42, Rob Younger, the tailback. Panthers will have it 2nd and 1 from the 31. Hand off to Youngers, and he just breaks 2 tackles. I'm not sure anybody knew he had the ball. Gets down inside the 20, close to the 15. 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Panthers lead 53-0.
What would be unfortunate here is if the Panthers would score and Winfield would get a chance to start throwing the ball again.
Hand off to the Chuck Holt, the fullback, breaks a tackle, and he just might go. He's on. There's going to be a clip, I'm afraid. He does score. Broke 2 or 3 tackles. Now there's another flag on the other side of the field thrown against, I'm not sure who. Winfield, I think.
I think the one on the far side is against Winfield, but I'm not sure about the one in the middle.
Game's probably getting a little frustrating for the Vikings. Penalties are first one's indicated against the Vikings anyway.
Both of them are.
First.
Panthers.
No, be 1st and 4. Yeah, 1st and 4 from the 9. We'll get it all here in a minute. Hand off to Youngers again, the tailback. Going to be thrown for a loss on that one. It's good penetration. 3:13 to go in the ball game. Panthers with 2 wideouts. Hand off to Youngers, the tailback again, hitting the backfield, and there's just some missed blocking assignments down there now. DeVore comes wide left for the Panthers. I formation. Goodwin, the quarterback. He rolls left. He's going to keep the ball. He's got a shot at the end zone. Another flag goes down. He goes in and scores, but I'm afraid there's going to be another clip downfield. So the Panthers have scored 2 or 3 touchdowns here, and they've all been called back.
Kevin Goodwin, the junior.
Number 13.
17.
13.
We don't have a 13. That is number 13. I'm sorry, we don't have a 13 on the roster, so I can't tell you who that is. But he kept it on a quarterback roll out to the right from the 9. Panthers will go for it again. I don't know who number 13 is for the Panthers. We don't have him listed on the roster either. Hand off to number 10 out of the fullback position. He gets close to the first down, might have it. Of course, he might be on ours. Is he on our roster?
Who? Obi? Obi. Oh, wait a minute. Look in the book. Can I look? He's not in. No. Right there.
They just don't have his number. Hopkins still in at quarterback. He's scrambling. Gonna get, probably pick up the first down. Start the clock, 1:30 to go in the ball game. Vikings have it at their 18-yard line. Hopkins, the quarterback, drops straight back, looks to the right, throws downfield, overthrown. So that Frisbee, basically the starting offense, is still in the ball game for Winfield. Derby's second and third team defense has done a good job of stopping the Vikings, and tremendous pressure by number 65 for the Panthers on the quarterback. And he came out on top up in Hayesville tonight, 21-20. So that was probably a pretty exciting game. We heard a 21-7 score at the half. So Campus hung in there well. Should sounded like an exciting game, Terry.
Campus feels good about their ball team. This is their first loss for them tonight. I'm sure they're disappointed.
Hopkins drops back, throws right, complete to 21. Roberts, the tailback, he's gets back left, slot right. Hopkins drops straight back, looks left, he's pressured hard, gets away, going to be brought. I'm not sure how that, it's a wonder he didn't get his head taken off back there, Jerry. He slipped several tackles.
Friday night they will host Campus for the Derby homecoming and take their #1 ranking and 4-0 record back home to face one of their big rivalries.
Final score 53-0 Panthers. Panthers close to 500 yards total offense tonight, so big score for the Panthers, 4-0 in the league now.